Welcome to an episode of LEGO Worlds. I trimmed this video a little bit, that way it's easier for you guys to see it faster. I don't know if I'm going to keep trimming it, but we'll see. I am Utrom, and today, well, yesterday I had a quest to make the Star Wars Sandcrawler, and I've been thinking about how I was going to build it. I built it as a model. You can build it as playset. You can build it as different things. If you want to, I'm just making a model version of it for right now. And you can base yours off the model version of what I built. I looked up the picture for it after I built the model, and the picture that Legos did didn't have the treads that I had. It had treads, but not the way I made my treads. So, yeah, my model's different from the normal Lego version, which is good because that shows I'm using my own idea of what it might look like. So, first thing you want to build is the treads. The treads is the easiest part to do once you build one of them. So I'm building the treads, and I'm trying to figure out, well, how long do I want the treads to be? You can build them as long as you want them to be. This has to be the biggest build I did yet. I did it under a couple of minutes. I did not go into great detail like the one that you can buy in the store, but I modeled it close enough to what I knew in my memory of what it would look like. So this was a interesting and fun build for me. I was starting to have my doubts how I was going to go about building it. And the reason I say that is because there's a couple of ways of building stuff, and this way it's just a simple build. I made it into just a model, and I figured the model one's fine. What I'm going to do later, though, when I have time, is I'm going to dig part of it, part of my Sandcrawler out on one of the sides, and close it up and make it into a playset. I thought about it when I got it all finished, and I was like, you know, I could turn this into a playset eventually and do different things with it. Will I have it look like the one that looks like the one from Legos? No. Probably not. The ones that you buy as a kit in Legos looks probably better. Of course, they have certain Lego pieces that I probably don't have. So, by me doing it from scratch, it's not going to be accurate. If I go with details which I might add details later on to it. Yeah, I might do that. But I just wanted to get the shape of it. Just the core shape of it, what it might look like. How far of the shape can I go with it? And can I eventually change the shape to make it more detailed later on, or better? That remains to be seen. I might detail it eventually. It didn't take that long to build the model. I thought it was going to take me longer, and it didn't take that long. I did all today, just a few minutes ago. So, the treads is, I would say, is the easiest somewhat to make. I made it a little differently. So what I did was, I made it look like army treads. And then I said, well, they didn't have army treads. They somewhat had army treads and somewhat didn't have army treads. They had it that there was two separate treads. I made mine one whole tread. It was easier that way. You can make it separate treads. You can make it one tread. Doesn't matter. It still looks like it's Star Wars. I mean, eventually I'll probably fix the treads where they're separated. I don't know yet. So, basically, I'm just making the tread belt loop around. But then I wanted it to eventually have like a little articulation to it that looked like a tread, not that it doesn't look like a tread. It looks like a box tread. And that's the shape I started out with, was a box tread. And then I said, well, let's make it... First I have to make it daytime, and then let's make it look... Not so boxy. I mean, make it look like it's a real army tank tread type thing. So I added a little feature to it to just make it stand out. So we're just going to make like a little triangle feature. That almost looks like it's going around. And I think this came out pretty well. Doing it this way. I mean, I could have stuck the one piece in the middle and it would have been fine too. I mean, you can make the treads any way you want. This is just all for fun. And you're probably saying it would take a long time to make two of these opposite sides, and you're right, it would take a long time, but because of the copy tool, Man, that copy tool saved my life here. When I was ready to use it. And you'll see in a minute once I do this. And a tread. Will I attempt to do other builds like this? I don't know. This was actually an interesting build. I will, though, eventually when I have time, detail it to make it more realistic. Like I said, I might want to make it into a playset, which I might do and make that into a different video. But for now, we have a model of the Sandcrawler. I was thinking that how would it look? How the shape would look? How would it be that I can build it in such a way that it looks like the actual thing? I mean, the tread around it is big, and that's good because it's right. I got it at the right size. Any bigger, I would have to step away from the camera from my character and be way far out just to see it. So here's our first tread. But we need two of them. Well, this is where it comes in handy with the copy tool. Is that you can literally just copy what you build. And I wasn't sure if this was going to work because I know you can copy it, but I wasn't sure if you could rotate it. And that's what I wanted to do. So we copied it, rotated it, thinking that it matches. We lined it up with the other one and spread it out across the board so we have room to work, and we spread just enough so we can fit in the rest of the build. So here is our two treads. Now here I'm finishing up the rest of the build. I know it's short. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. If you got any questions or comments, leave them in the comment section below. And I'll see you guys on the next LEGO Worlds episode. I'm going to let this video just play out at this point. And this is pretty much the Star Wars Sandcrawler being built. And it was fun to build. I enjoyed it. I will be detailing it. As you can tell, it's not very detailed, but I will be detailing it. And I'll show you guys a detailed version when I have it done and ready, when I'm done with some of my other projects.